Hello everybody, this is Paul Schwartz. Welcome to another session of Paul's View. Today's topic is going to be who is the best candidate for the Democrats to nominate for the 2020 presidential election. And the answer is Joe Biden. I like Kamala Harris. Her prosecutorial skills are bar none. Using the word bar is appropriate. Who can forget how she took on Barr during his confirmation hearings? That was Attorney General William Barr. But even more important, if you remember when Jeff Sessions was the Attorney General, she took him on. She had her questions when he was before the Judiciary Committee, the Senate Judiciary Committee, and she had her questions. He refused to answer her question and tried to get away with answering his own questions. She grilled him like no other, and he said before the whole crowd, "You're making me nervous." That was the Attorney General and former Senator Jeff Sessions. So I really like Kamala Harris. However, I would also like to see her take Trump on in the debates. But remember, Hillary Clinton mopped up the floor with Trump during the debates as well, and Trump still made it to the White House. I like Elizabeth Warren. All right, she is the voice of the middle class. She was out there developing the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau in the aftermath of the Bush recession of 2008. She is Bernie without the self-imposed label of a democratic socialist. She is a capitalist, but she is for the middle class and fighting income inequality. I like Michael Bennet. Who can forget his takedown of Trump and Ted Cruz on the floor of the Senate during the Trump-imposed government shutdown. And I like Pete Buttigieg. No one is more intelligent or articulate than this candidate, and he didn't have bone spurs to prevent him from serving his country in Afghanistan. However, this is not about my vote. This is about the votes of 60 million people who in 2016 voted for Donald Trump. So who is in the best position to win back the White House in 2020? It's Biden. Who is in best position to win over that 77,000 votes over Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin that gave Trump the Electoral College? It is Biden. It's winning back, getting people who in Milwaukee, Detroit, and Philadelphia to come out and vote. These are people who voted for Obama and then voted for Trump or didn't come out to vote at all. Those votes will go to Biden, and that will get him Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Also essential, who is in best position to win the black vote? Can't take the black vote for granted. If you remember, in Alabama, Doug Jones beat the pedophile Roy Moore, all right, because 96% of the black vote in Alabama came out to vote for Jones, and that was 96% of the female black vote. 90% of the black male vote came out to vote for Jones. That sounds great. However, keep in mind that 65% of the white vote still voted for the pedophile. So the black vote is crucial. Who polls well with the black vote? Joe Biden. The risk of a second term for Trump is just too great to take any chances about breaking any ceiling now. Breaking the glass ceiling will have to come at another time. Foreign policy experience. Biden's experience with foreign policy is comparable to none of the people running, especially Trump. All right. If we want to regain the mantle of the leader of the free world, Biden is critical. Trump proves one thing more than anything during his administration: experience does matter, and it's Biden with the experience. Trump will dust off the same 2016 game plan again when it comes to 2020. Derogatory nicknames, attacks on stamina and temperament, fictitious accusations, slander, call to lock her up or him up, avoidance of any policy discussion. Biden is a known quantity. That is critical because among the electorate, making it quite a bit more difficult to distort the record is what the con man is going to do, and he won't be allow the con of the electorate again because people know him. All right, they won't have to go when Trump puts out these false accusations. If he does it against any of the other candidates, it might stick, even if it's phony, even if it's fake. With Biden, he's just too well known. So that's a key to why Biden has to be the Democratic nominee. Now, age is another issue. At least running against Trump, age is no longer an issue because they're both in the same age group. So what do we do? Well, one of the things is I want to mention also about Tom Steyer. People are against him entering the campaign, throwing his name in the ring. I'm for it because I think with Tom Steyer in the mix, that'll focus again on who is in best position to beat Trump. And when that discussion is being taken, it ends up being Joe Biden. The vice president candidate needs to be groomed to succeed Biden. And if Biden only ran for one term and then stepped down after one term, that would be fine because the goal, remember, is to get, more than anything else, to get Trump out of the White House. Keep in mind that when it comes to the key issues, all of the candidates on the Democratic side are basically on the same page, whether it's climate control, climate change, whether it's health care. They're all on the same page. Universal health care, they're all for that. How you get to it, they vary. But as far as the key issues, gun safety, campaign finance reform, they're all on the same page with that. So the key is not which candidate represents those issues better. It's who represents the best chance of us getting Trump out of the White House. And I leave you with that. It is Joe Biden, even though whoever the candidate is has my vote. And I love the other candidates, as I mentioned, at least most of them, and I would vote for any of them. But Biden is the one that gives us the best chance of retaking the White House. I'll leave you with that, and especially remember that when it comes to November 2020. That's it for Paul's View. See you next time.